Just a couple of interesting things. Is the average daily water usage is about, for last year was about 13.5 million gallons a day. Now, that typically the range, between 14 and a half, 15 million gallons a day. And that'll vary year to year. But I think in '09 it was less. It was on the low side. And it's been in that range for over 20 years. So one of the benefits of that is that we don't exceed our water usage that we can do. And obviously, people have been doing a lot of water conservation because the complexion of the city has changed significantly over the years, but we've been able to manage keeping the water level, water usage down to some reasonable rate, surprisingly enough. And that's due to a lot of companies and homeowners and entities in the city just actually being conservative about their water usage. And again, just thinking about what the benefits are to the businesses in Cambridge. And actually, there are quite a few. But again, it really boils down to what I had said before about the forefathers and the current administration. Because when we did build our new treatment plant, which we put online in 2001, a choice could have been to let's just convert and go onto the MWRA system. And I don't think that would have been a smart choice, and obviously we decided not to, which was very beneficial, I think, to Cambridge. And again, going back to that May incident where the MWRA had a major leak on their new transmission main, and Cambridge was one of the only few places that you could actually get water, not have to boil it. And a lot of people came here to get a good cup of coffee those days. It was pretty interesting for that 3 or 4 days back in May. But the benefit is we have the interconnections so that if we have a crisis, we can use the MWRA water. And I guess that really happened back in 2005, I think it was in February, where we had a huge leak on one of our 30-inch transmission mains in Kendall Square. And what we did is at that time, we actually did turn on the MWRA interconnects to make sure that we had enough pressure in the system to supply and bring water. So there's the benefit of having the connection. We have a redundant system where the MWRA, a lot of communities don't. So that's one of the things, again, the forward-thinkingness of the city of Cambridge. But besides those, that's a major one. There are several benefits to the city. We have control of the system ourselves, so the city can decide whether we want to invest in it or not. We don't have to depend on someone else to do that. We have lower water rates. I believe that the current rate for buying, if we wanted to buy water from the MWRA, it would probably be about a 50% increase in the current cost of water. It costs 50% more for us to buy water from the MWRA than it does for us to make it, even with the new facility and considering the debt retirement that we have there. We do have improved reliability. Again, as we said, we have we have emergency backup system, and we have high water quality. And again, one thing that we do for the city of Cambridge, we do have a treatment facility which is very advanced in the sense that when we built it, it was very robust. And the idea was to be able to meet all of the DEP requirements, and we knew that those were going to be more stringent with time. And we've actually been easily exceeding all the DEP requirements in terms of water quality. But that was one of our points in the first place, is if we build our own facility and we design it such that it has a lot of flexibility and capability, we can meet those needs, and we have done extremely well doing that. A couple of other items that are up there was safety. Again, we do spend a lot of time, as one of the person from Genzyme was talking about, that we have a cross-connection control program that the city, the water department runs. And it is very important to protect the safety of the water. Obviously, there are other areas from a safety point of view, terrorism. We've done a vulnerability assessment of our system, and we've hardened a lot of areas, and we still continue to harden those as time goes on. The other thing that wasn't up here was the fact that we have a Class 1 fire system. And what that rating means, just to give you an idea, is we're the only one in the state of Massachusetts that has this higher fire system rating. Where I think there's like 3 or so, or 4 in New England, and there's only about 31 or so in the country that have a Class 1 fire rating system. And one of the benefits to all the businesses is that you'll actually have a lower insurance rate on your facility because of the fact that the water department in the city of Cambridge has invested enough in its system to have a Class 1 fire rating. Water accountability is something that's come up more recently. And one of the major things that the city did is we invested $4 million in an automatic meter reading program, which again updates all the meters and allows for automatic reading of all of the meters, and it makes it a lot easier for us to give accurate and good quality costs. Again, the old days we would estimate the reads every other quarter. Now we have 4 quarters that we bill, and they're all actual reads. And again, it's way better accountability. It actually better defines how much water is used, more recent meters, and everyone pays their fair share of water. And then one thing we talk about is reducing and repairing leaks. One of the things of automatic meter reading is we're able to monitor people's water usage and then inform them on a weekly basis if they're having unusually high water usage. And we have that program been going on for quite a while. We actually finished the implementation of automatic meter reading in 2006. And so on a weekly basis now, we do send out and/or call customers of increased water usage. So that saves the resource as well as it saves those customers quite a bit of money. In the old days, when you had estimated read, I mean, it could be years before you actually get a reading, which seems pretty foolish, but that's the way it was in the old days. A couple other things that we've been doing as well is we've been looking into providing solar power on top of the water treatment facility. Again, it's not a lot, but every little bit helps. We've also looked into hydro power as well. But I think the solar is more feasible at this point. We are hoping to proceed in installing solar panels on top of the treatment facility. So those are a few things that are our challenges in the future, and I think we've done pretty well with those. I guess that's it. Thank you very much.